more on that, I want to bring in now Dan Illouz, member of Israel's Knesset. Thank you, as always, for your time. Anything more you can share about what we're seeing north of Tel Aviv in this latest, what is being deemed a terror attack?
So, as was said, the numbers are still very fluid. This is a very recent development. What we do know is that there were Palestinians that came in illegally into Israel's city of Ra'anana in order to work. It was illegal, but they came in order to work. And instead of working, they decided to commit a terrorist attack. At least one person has been killed, and there are also several injured. And we're, of course, praying for the speedy recovery of all the injured. Right now, the terrorists have been neutralized, and that event has been stopped.
Horrible to hear, and we'll await word as that investigation continues. It does have me curious, though, Dan, about Israel's borders and how you all are safeguarding the citizens of Israel from people penetrating the system and getting in, those who mean to do Israel and you all harm.
You're right. It's a very big question. After October 7th, we've seen that the border with Gaza, which was considered one of the most secure borders that Israel had, was penetrated very violently. Judea and Samaria always had a much more fluid border because it's a much longer border, and also because there are a lot of people that historically have been coming in from the Palestinian territories in there to work within Israel. Now, ever since October 7th, this has been stopped. I have to tell you that there were talks in the last few days to renew the ability of Palestinians to come into Israel legally in order to work. I see this terrorist attack happening today as a big an additional wake-up call to us Israelis of how careful we have to be before making such actions. We do not want, of course, to punish civilians for the actions of terrorists, and if people want to come and work peacefully, that's not something we want to stop. But however, we have to take care of our citizens first and foremost. And so when we see these violent people that come in the guise of wanting to work and then afterwards do these terrorist attacks, this is a wake-up call and telling us to be very, very cautious when taking these decisions.
It is indeed. I want to talk to you about the Hamas propaganda video that was recently released. I mentioned a moment ago we're not showing it for obvious reasons, and we never have. But anything more you can share about ongoing hostage talks and the plight from the families who want their loved ones home?
I mean, imagine that for 100 days, now it's 101 days, your loved one wasn't home and you knew that he was being held by a terrorist attack. You weren't sure if he was alive or dead. You were hoping, the best hope that you could have would be for him to be alive, but held by this violent organization that knows how to torture the people that it holds, but also to use them as pawns in order to try to gain political and diplomatic gains. This is the situation right now. There are still over 100 hostages being held in Hamas, most of them in terror tunnels, being held underground, not being given the medication that they're being owed. And this is an ongoing situation. Israel made it clear that it's one of its main goals in this war is to release the hostages. We're definitely open to different possibilities as to deals in order to release them. But we've been shown in the past, and we still very strongly believe it, that military pressure is the best way to pressure Hamas into a deal. And this is what we're doing right now, trying to keep on the military pressure as we try to release those hostages.
As word from the White House, it is the right time to scale back Israel's military offensive in Gaza. I know those talks are ongoing. Dan Illouz, you're generous with your time. I appreciate it as always. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.